Whoa, they don't know. I can tell them where to go. I can even tell them what I know. I can tell them I done did this stuff before. Woo, I can tell them.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? You are rocking with the No Compromise crew once again. I am Dave, aka G1, aka Graph, aka Dafidi. You know what I'm saying? Then we got my boy.
That name too.
We got my boy, the extra bad news. You know what I'm saying? Right, center, and middle. Then we got my other boy, Chuck, straight out of Colorado, probably the only black man still living out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm messing with y'all, man. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, today's topic was gonna be a dope one. We had technical difficulty, but I had it, you know, but it's gonna be a dope one. We want to get right into it. We're gonna go right into it. As you see, the kids is in the screen, the babies is in the screen. This is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Today we discussing strong black fathers. Strong black fathers, you know what I'm saying? And one of the biggest questions out there that I hear from a lot of females, I hear from a lot of even males, men and women, I hear that from children as well too. Are there still strong black fathers out there? And I say black fathers because we targeted a lot. You know what I'm saying? We're targeted in so many different ways, and we're targeted in ways in which other race groups are not targeted. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not saying black fathers are the only ones who go through it, but what I'm saying is living here in America, please, being a black father, it's hard, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't impossible. But that's just, I mean, my opening question to y'all fellas, like, Ty, do strong black fathers still exist?
Yes. Hold on, excuse me. Yes, they do still exist. We right here, the prime example. It's just we got the media is giving media and the music. Music play a big part of it too. Give us a bad rep. You know, I go out with a father. My dad wasn't there. They like some people glorify it more than really trying to embracing it for the fact that they don't have a father. But yeah, like it is a lot of. I have a lot of friends that take care of their kids, and they all black. No, like. Speaking of, I'm trying to, you know, try to keep her out the way, but she want to be a part of it too. Say, look at me, mama. But yes, they are. And can't hear him. Oh, you talking to his baby? But yeah, I believe so. There's a lot of it, and we get stereotyped as if we not, because a lot of them really don't play a part in front of being the father and the responsibility. But it seemed like not the younger youth, but like the middle age, like our age, you know, the ones born in the 80s, the early 90s, the ones that really breaking the cycle, really being there for for their kids, because they represent, you know, they don't want to show the kids, you know, show their kids something that they didn't have. Like me, for example, I didn't grow up around my father. I knew of him, but he wasn't really there like how he was supposed to. And for the, you know, and I have 5 biological kids, but I have 7 altogether. And I don't want my kids to feel how I felt towards my father. You know, I really was resentful. I mean, I'm glad that I wasn't the type of person that used his absence as an excuse to do wrong, sell drugs, you know, rob people and do all the negative stuff. I use that as, you know, I'm gonna break the cycle. I don't want to be him. I I want to be better than him. I want to show him that what you done for not being around, it didn't break me. It just made me stronger.
Yeah. Chuck, so Chuck, I mean, do black fathers still exist? Do strong black fathers still exist? Are they around?
Yes, I'll say yes. I think that the issue that we have with society is the fact that we music kind of glorifies the whole. People rather talk about their baby mamas in their music videos, and therefore the people that some people that look up to them might think it's cool to have baby mamas instead of actually having being a father to their kids. So I think it's about the media, and I think it's just the fact that some people don't surround themselves with people like you, or other people that might take fatherhood seriously, so they'd rather just be, oh, that's my baby mama, and that's it. They don't pay child support, they don't see their kids, they just know that they just multiplying, spreading their seeds everywhere. I'm like, you need to calm down. Just focus on being a father so that we can stop some of these issues that we have in society, because it's there's a lot of mental issues that go on with people, especially when they don't grow up around male figures and stuff, and some people forget how to be men because of that. And I think that the only way to break the cycle is when people step up and become an influence in their kids' lives and stuff. So I think that that's basically the issue. Just the rap music, people being influenced by what they're hearing in the music and stuff like that. And also just media not putting the best light, not showing black parents being parents. The only people they show is people that are not paying child support or people that want to call women their baby mama, So, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Todd mentioned something really interesting. He said that he wanted to correct the wrongs that his father made with him.
Yes.
Like, do you guys feel that you have that obligation? Like, is that your driving force for wanting to be a better father, to basically look at the example of what your parents didn't do, or even if it wasn't your parent, maybe another parent, that you see someone else or feel something else that made you want to go towards that that being a strong black father?
I think that with my situation, it came natural. It was just like I know now I have this child that is not my brother. I can't just pass him on to my mom. That this is actually a part of me that I'm creating and helping, help grow and nurture and learn and teach. So it was just natural, and plus I love my son. Like at the time of my son, when I really realized that I really need to man up. I was 19 years old, 18 when I found out I had my son, 19 when he was born. So I was a child raising a child. Didn't know how to raise a kid. I mean, I took care of my sister, but it's different than take care of your own. When it cries, you gotta wake up. You gotta make sure if it's hungry. I say it. Make sure he's hungry. Make sure is he changed? Is he nurtured? What's going on? Like that's you 24/7. You can't just go back and pass him on So like, so the love actually is natural. And I sit back, it's like, how can you create something that's so beautiful and you don't want to be a part of it? Like regardless you like that's you, a part of you, even if it's a female or male, that's a part of you that you created. And for you to just abandon and don't care about it, that kind of bothers me. And that kind of like made me flip to the point, you know what? The way that I feel with my father, I would never let my son, now with my kids, feel how I felt toward my father. So on top of me loving them to death and making sure they would never witness what I witnessed. So they would never know not having a father, either my kids or my stepkids. They would never know not to have a father because I'm always gonna be around regardless. So like it became the love, then it became some of the reasoning of him not being around plays a big part. So it kind of like mashed like 50-50. Some people won't understand unless they have, a child that's really genuine and really love family. Because my family was all about family together. All about family. And I've been raised like that. So soon as I had my son at 19, it wasn't about me anymore. It was about him. On the clubs, people was going in their 20s, it was out the window. And I really don't care about it. My son is straight. But I'm 21 to have my daughter. She's straight. 8 years down the line, I had my other son. He's straight. Got married, my wife. We had a beautiful son. 2 years after that, we had another beautiful son. 4 years after that, we had a beautiful daughter. I got a squad. I got a squad now on the top of my wife having 2 kids, Jaden and Jayla, which I love them to death, as if they're my own. So they would never feel abandonment from me at all. I'm 100% in with this family. And I take it very serious.
But see, I think that's one of the problems, man. I think because there are a lot of black fathers out here who they don't do what they have to do. Like they don't take care of their kids. And not only that, they're going from female to female, having children by these different women, and their intentions is, I'm not going to take care of it at all. And not only that, their fallback is all right, just get an abortion. Just go ahead and get an abortion. Or if the female is not going to get an abortion, then it's like, I ain't going to stick around. But then you have a big situation where it turns into baby daddy drama. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and that's one of the things, man. It's like, why aren't there? I mean, you right now, from what I see, when I'm on Facebook, Instagram, I see fathers posting pictures with their children all the time. Like there was a couple of brothers that's going to be on here on this call tonight. I see them all the time posting pictures of their children, and it's not just for the world to be seen. Like they really, like I've spoken with them, they really about it. You know what I'm saying? And you see that, I see that, but that's just my friends list. You know what I'm saying? I got like 800 and something friends. That's not everybody in the world. I don't know anybody in Compton or in Las Vegas or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But it always seems like the black man, the black father has been under attack from, like you guys said, the media and the music. So then they created this whole baby daddy thing. You know what I'm saying? And that keeps the family divided. What is the difference to you guys? What is the difference between a father and a daddy?
A dad, like I said earlier, anybody can be a dad. Hey, I'm your dad. Hey, hi, hey, come here, champ. A father really want to commit themselves, make sure the kids, give the kids what they need. Like anybody could pay off or give a child money to please them, but don't know them. Oh, I know daddy always give me money. Yeah, what's his middle name? I don't I don't know. You gotta make sure a father's gonna be there 100%. You from far from close. Make sure the child know who you are and what you know what I'm saying by explaining, asking them how you doing. Hey, what's going on? How's your day? What's going on? You need help with anything? Can we talk to you for a second? Come with me to the store or something like that. Really making the child feel comfortable around you, rather than just you want $10? All right, see you later. Anybody can do that. You do that to your friends. What's up, bro? You need 10? Yeah, it's the difference between a friend. It's like a friend and a best friend. Anybody can be a friend of you. Hey, what's up? But best friend going to check on you regardless of you up and down. It's just like that. It's like a friendship that never can be broken, but it just so happened that you're part of them. You can be the best friend and their father. But you also got to make sure that they know who you are and you really commit to yourself towards them. A lot of people don't commit towards their kids. They figure this is them giving them money or, see them once a month and take an Instagram picture with them and don't see them for like another 2-3 weeks. Don't hear from them, don't call baby, the kid's mother. I don't like saying baby mama, so I say kid's mother. So the kid's mother try to call you, you know where to be found. We finally get a chance to pick up. What you want? Yeah, like your son or your daughter need some shoes. Oh, come on, yo, I just gave you money. Nah, it's not. If your son need, a father will make sure their son or daughter needs something or is going to give, regardless of it. So the difference between a father and a dad, a father is going to commit themselves 100%, 24/7 to their child. A dad could come and go. Hey, 1 week you can see him, you won't see him for the next 2-3 months. That's why I feel what's the difference between a father and a dad.
Chuck, what you think? What's the difference between a father and a daddy?
So a daddy is that person that's not committed. There's no consistency. They tell you I'm gonna be at your birthday party, they never show up. They tell you I'm gonna take you to a baseball game, they never show up. They just keep dropping the ball. Their job is more important than the child. Their their new girlfriend is more important than spending time with their child. So it's like they keep disappointing the child and disappointing the child, and the child grows up frustrated, angry, don't want anything to do with anything. And a father is a person that would remember their daughter's doctor appointment. A father is a person that if the wife is making more, is the breadwinner, and their daughter needs to be in the ICU, they volunteer their time to be in the ICU with their daughter. Now, can't the nurse take care of her? Let me just go do what I do. And then maybe after I finish doing what I do, I'll go take care of her. It's like putting yourself second to your child, making sure that every need is met. Even when you're frustrated and you feel like you can't give any more, you still sacrifice, because at the end of the day, you're sacrificing for good reason. At the end of the day, for me, I prayed for 8 years before we had our first child. And, she came out with some medical issues, but I'm like, it won't be right for me to just leave, to just like abandon and say, well, I was never asking for a sick child. And now that the child is sick, I'm just out because I don't have time for this. You still got to invest time. You got to do whatever you can to make sure that when, that child comes out of the ICU or whatever, they come to a home that is stable, and I feel like, a daddy won't be able to, is not able to do that because they're just focused on what they want right now, you know, and not so much on the baby. Yeah.
Okay, that was yeah. I mean for me, a father, they're both titles, right? That's given to us. But I think you have to earn the title of a father. Anybody can be a daddy. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can be a dad. But I think as a father, you have a certain leadership, a different type of job to do than what a dad does. I think as a father, you have to have that leadership. You have to care. You have to share. You have to transfer information between you and your child. You got to transmit information between you and your child. You have to make sure that your child knows that that child knows that they are the most important people on the planet. When your child understands that they are loved at home by their father, man, listen, you got a child that grows up with so much good self-esteem, so much pride about themselves, especially if you're teaching them about God, about their history. You just constantly instilling new information to them and always making sure that they understand that they come first. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to understand that they come first. And I think that with like I think one job I think Black men need to do when we see these other Black men, or when we hear about them, or we know about, when we see that they're not taking care of their kids, we need to check them. We need to put them to a check. We need to get rid of all of that. Yo, that's none of my business. He with his family, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I might get killed over that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to check him. You don't have to go up to him and, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a black man, you know not to approach certain Black men in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So approach them in a way, just be smart about it. But however, you want to bring the light to the situation. Like with me, and you guys know, like if you got kids and you one of my best friends, if you got kids and if you ain't around them, you can't be around me. I'm not no special, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm a special celebrity.
I lost a lot of friends.
Yeah, I lost a lot. Yeah, it's like, yo, you gotta take care of your kids. Don't bother me at all,
because I'm all about my kids.
You gotta take care of your kids, bro. As Black men, we gotta be able to check that. And then we gotta be able to see what's going on in the media and say, yo, you know what? That's not us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We gotta look at our women and say, that's not all of us. They put in a small few. It's a small amount of Black men that don't take care of their children. It's a lot of Black men in today's age, because most of, like, I'm born in the 80s. Both of my boys here was born in the 80s. Normally, the people who were born in the 80s, either you got two effects, you know what I'm saying? Either your parents was taken out by the crack epidemic and the drugs and in prisons and all of that, or your parents was one of those parents that learned from that and said, I ain't raising my child that way. But with us coming up now, born in the 80s, I'm noticing the 80s babies, the 90s babies, we revolutionary with our children. Even some of the 70s babies, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the 70s babies, you know what I'm saying? Like I have 4 brothers, yo. None of us grew up with our father. But all 4 of our brothers, we have more than one child. We're married, and we take care of our children. We don't just provide, just bringing money in. Like you said, Todd, we don't just bring money in. And like Chuck said, we don't just come around when it's convenient. And then when a child has a doctor appointment, we out. No, like my brothers is really involved in there. I'm talking about one of my brothers. He got 2 of my brothers, as a matter of fact. They got 2 sons that got their own businesses. You know what I'm saying? And these are young black men that they raising. And none of us grew up with my father. I'm not saying that my father was a creep or anything, but we didn't grow up without him. So, and we didn't learn from our fathers. We didn't even have role models. So where did we get it from? You know what I'm saying? I think it was a decision that we made when we said, you know what? We know how it feels to not have a father around. So we going after that dream of being a real father. We're going to set the record straight and break the cycle. You know what I'm saying? We're going to break the cycle. Do you guys think the cycle is being broken enough? Because a lot of our women, a lot of our wives, they don't see us as, and I mean us as all in general, they don't see it as a cycle being broken. And then there are women who are aware and they see it. They understand that Black men is doing it. Is the cycle being broken to y'all?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think in some ways the cycle is being broken. I think that, you know, when people actually see when other Black men see young Black men being fathers and sons, and stuff like that, and taking care of their kids, it makes them want to, it's more like leading by example. They see your life and they want to imitate you. They may not even want to say it. They may not even believe that they're doing it, but they want to imitate whatever you're doing, to better take care of their kids. So I think for me is when it comes to like this issue, I think it's more about peer pressure, because some people say I grew up without a father, but then who influences you? Is it like other kids that didn't grow up with their father? Or are you actually influenced by those that want to be father figures to their kids, whether they grew up with a father or not? So for me, I think some people are easily influenced by either media, by rappers or whatever, to not be what they can be. They just go halfway. Lil Wayne is not being a father to his kid. I think that's cool. So let me just spread my seed in that and try not to be a father. And for me, that's not a good way to live. Be above reproach. Don't try to live by what you see another man doing. Be your own man. Make your own decision. If you see someone doing right, you follow that person or you try to imitate that person doing right. You don't just say, oh, well, this person is trying to be a father, but then this person is a deadbeat dad. I think he's less stressed because he doesn't involve himself with his kids. So maybe I should try to be less stressed and not involve myself with my kids. It's like sacrifice. At the end of the day, those kids are going to grow up to be men and they're going to take care of you at the end of the day. But some people don't think about it that way.
So yo, Ty, what do you think? Because I think we got to be able to keep our sons out of prison. You know what I'm saying? They already make prison cells based off our children's reading level. If they can't read by the time they're in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, they already made a cell for them. You know what I'm saying? Having a son when you was a teenager, how are you able to train him up in a way where he don't get caught up into the streets? He's not caught up into the streets. As a matter of fact, your son is a straight A student. He's been like that for years.
Yeah.
How were you able to do that?
Based like the lack of fatherhood that I have from my father. It's like I wanted a male figure to tell me the rights and the wrongs. Unfortunately, God bless her soul, my grandmother, the one, she was my everything. Taught me everything, how to be a man, and she's not even a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, she taught me everything. How to love, how to care, how to provide when it's needed, my kids. So I basically, the things that I wanted to learn from my father or another male figure, I embed it to my son. I don't want my son to be in the streets because I'm not in the streets. I guess you want to be a part of this. And I'm not in the streets, so I'm gonna make sure that sometimes kids, especially men, tend to branch off towards what their fathers do, regardless if they are not. They see, oh, he's selling drugs, he out there getting it. Like they use it as an excuse. But I'm getting it. My father was in the streets, but you don't have to. You have a choice. Like you can't get a 401k trapping. You can't. You don't have a pension. There's no retirement selling drugs. So if you want the best for your son, you have to go all out for your son or daughter, especially for black men. Black young boys are growing up because we the one that get hit more for being a statistic. Oh, you just gonna be in the streets. You know, you got nothing going on for yourself. I see you in another 10 or 15 years, whatever. You're in prison this and the third. So you just gotta tell your son, get through school. There's a career behind that. You have something to fall back on. You could do something, especially like what comes to me, and I tell my son want to be like me. And I told him, no, I want you to be better than me. So far, you have a one up. No, I wasn't like the smartest kid in the world. I wasn't no dummy. So by you being for you being an honor roll, that's a one up on me. You winning now. You doing something that's better than me. Don't try to beat me. Be better than me. So far, you're on the right path. I'm gonna keep continuing to make sure you're on the right path. Or finish school. I know schools it's rough, but if you want a career and a job is different. A job is something that you have no choice to do. A career is something that you enjoy doing and getting paid. You love games? Go do some part-time in the game. Make your own video game. Go to school. Don't worry. Like the streets is not for everybody. Not for nobody. Period. Some people tend to go to the streets and really don't have to. Some of them have mother and fathers, but just choose to go in the streets because the fast money is good money. But fast money don't last. So, and as me being a father, I make sure my son knows everything what's going on, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You want to go sell drugs? There's a possibility you might get killed, you might get robbed, home invasions, people getting kidnapped. I show them little videos. I don't be trying to scare them. I show them the what ifs. Like you gotta see this. Like this is real. People getting robbed, people getting killed over the silliest things. Like do you want that for yourself? And then not just hurt you harming yourself, but you harming the people who love you. So that would hurt me knowing that I'm working my butt off to the point that you don't have to do none of that. And you choose to do it. You hurt me, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure you don't go that route. Or you just choose to do that. I talk to my son about that. I talk to my son about women. Thank God that he's into women, but he's not to the point where that's a distraction. I'm glad because when I was his age now, he just turned 18. I was finding out I was having my son.
Yeah, you was a wild boy.
Man, was I?
Nah, I'll play it with you.
like that's another one up he have on me. Like I told him I'm too young and handsome to be a grandfather right now. I'm still in my cool stage. I still got a little swag going on. Like God bless for those who like have a young age and have a grandchild. The more the merrier. I consider like the bigger the family, the bigger the blessing. But enjoy your life. I didn't enjoy my 20s the way I wanted to or the way I was supposed to because I had to take care of my kids, which I don't take that at all. Because they helped me out a lot. They helped me see the world different, see people different, and it just made me love different. I was really kind of rebellious toward things or hard to show feelings. They drew all that out of me.
Oh wait, so you just dropped something in. All right, so let me ask Chuck this one. Chuck, affection. You have now you have two girls. So say you got two girls. Todd talked a lot about affection. I mean, let's just be honest. So a lot of the times, what we've been told to do when we were growing up, man up. You're not supposed to
Man
show
up.
affection because that
Cry.
makes it makes you
Men
weak.
don't cry.
But
Yeah.
but check this out. Other races don't do it as much as blacks. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not black. Other races do it. Let's not get it confused. Like there's white people who tell, like white parents who tell their white sons and white, they do man up. You know what I'm saying? But with us, it's like it's been embedded into our minds, brainwashed. Like we can't show any weakness. But you got 2 girls. How do you manage that with showing your affection with them?
The crazy thing is, I grew up with